The New Orleans Saints absolutely killed the Green Bay Packers on Sunday by a score of 38-3. Jameis Winston threw for 5 touchdowns, while Aaron Rodgers threw for none, despite coming off of an MVP campaign in which he had 48 passing touchdowns to just 5 interceptions. Oh, and by the way, the Saints had 2 interceptions on Sunday against Aaron Rodgers. But how did the Saints beat the Packers at the rate at which they did? This is the Green Bay Packers we're talking about. This is a team that has went to back-to-back NFC Championship games, and in 2020 was not far off from competing for a Super Bowl title. This isn't exactly a cellar-dweller team, and in today's video, we are going to discuss how the Saints won and what they did right. So without further ado, let's dive right in. The first part of the Saints' domination on Sunday starts without 2 fixtures of the offense that have been there for the past 5 years in Drew Brees and Michael Thomas. And with those guys not being there, and the quarterback that was trotting out was in fact the first player to have a 30-30 season the last time we saw him starting in Jameis Winston, meant Sean Payton was probably going to be leaning on Alvin Kamara quite a lot, and that he did. This shouldn't really come as a surprise to anyone given that they were A, in the lead for a lot of the game, but also B, Alvin is one of the best offensive weapons in the NFL, and if there is a player who can help out Jameis Winston in his transition to starting games again, it is indeed Alvin. And on this first play we show here, one thing I want to point out is how much the Packers were focused on stopping Alvin Kamara, and that they were going to do everything to make sure he didn't beat them, at least not without struggling and being a true pro's pro. When this ball is snapped, all 8 of these Packers players on the screen go running towards Alvin, and the goal and the concept of this play is to, at least this early in the play, is if Alvin Kamara gets the ball, we know how shifty he is, and this is speaking from a Packers coaching standpoint, we know how shifty he is and how he can make any and every one of our players miss, as he has done this before. So simply put, we will crash everyone to his side initially. And as simple as this sounds, think of in Madden when you guess the play and guess run to whichever side. This is essentially what Green Bay was doing right here. Now, they have other assignments, as the defensive play call is not sell 100% on Alvin and follow him and let everyone else wide open, and credit to the Packers for getting back in place because Jameis has nowhere to throw the football. But what Jameis can do that Drew Brees very rarely did is have the athleticism to run the ball and take off downfield. Now, Jameis Winston is not a scrambler by any means, but he is certainly not afraid to put his body on the line and take what is given when it is right in front of him. And due in large part to the Packers' aggressiveness towards stopping Alvin Kamara, Sean Payton used that against them, and this was a large reason as to why Jameis was so efficient on the day. Jameis finished 14 of 20 for 148 yards and 5 touchdowns, and a few of his incompletions occurred on the first drive that were thrown away. And the reason Jameis was so efficient was, again, the attention that Alvin Kamara naturally demands. Now, one thing to point out or acknowledge is, even though it was 9 months ago, we are only 3 games removed from Alvin Kamara rushing for 6 touchdowns in a game on Christmas Day. They then played Week 17 and then lost the divisional round to the Bucs, so yesterday was just the second regular season game since that incredible performance, and there's no doubt the Packers were fully aware of that. Take a look at this screenshot and see how many green jerseys are here. This was a touch pass or a push pass from Jameis, so yes, this was a touchdown pass everyone watching this could have, and I say this in quotations, but thrown to Alvin. But Alvin still scored on this play, and while Jameis did have a great game both statistically and by the eye test, it was due in large part to being deceptive enough from head coach Sean Payton to say, hey, we know Jameis is not a prime Drew Brees, and by the way, that's completely fine, but we're not solely going to force the ball to Alvin 40 times, and hopefully we'll come out with a gritty 21-17 win. Did Alvin get more touches than he normally does based on the first 4 years of his career? Yes, but again, that was expected, and he finished with 23 total touches, and the Saints had 38 points, and more importantly, a win. I have been crediting Sean Payton for a lot of the Saints' success on Sunday, but one other area the Saints I did want to give major props to was their offensive line. Aside from 2 Taysom Hill carries for 1 yard, the Saints averaged nearly 4.6 yards per carry, meaning it was over 4.59, so as close to 4.6 as you can get, and there is not an NFL coach that would turn that down on any given play. Shout out to backup Saints running back Tony Jones, who did his part on Sunday for the Saints as well. This was a great overall team win for New Orleans, and this is most definitely something to build on for the future. This next play I want to highlight is a simple running play that shows the push by the Saints offensive line here. It was a 9-yard run by Tony, but the hole provided here by Cesar Ruiz makes this possible. And for a team in the Saints that heading into the year was a bit of a mystery and a team that could be below average, a 35-point home win, and I do realize this game was played in Jacksonville, but a 35-point win over a team with a defending MVP winning quarterback and a win over a team that has went to back-to-back NFC Championship games to start the Jameis Winston era is nothing short of exciting for the Saints fan during this tough time in the recovery of Hurricane Ida. So Saints fans and the city of New Orleans, I wish you guys the best moving forward and hope there are many games like this in your guys' future, because if there is a city that deserves some hope and some winning right now, it is the city of New Orleans and ultimately the New Orleans Saints. Now, with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world and it would help the growth of the channel. So until next time, have a great day. If you ever have a video suggestion, please comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the New Orleans Saints moving forward. One big thing I wanted to highlight was they had a tremendous game. A 35-point win is nothing to scoff at, and good for the Saints as the city and the team deserved it. So now, until next time, have a great day. Love you guys. Deuces. Peace.